at least we can make mention of Bessa Simons, who has made his intentions clear that he's going for the presidency. My producer Niashli is also telling me that a Rasta man, in fact a lovable Rasta man, is also going for the same position. He is going to contest Bessa Simons. This lovable Rasta man is Rascal Appietus, one of my friends. And we've also heard that Richie is going for the vice president position. I've heard one lady, that is Abina Ruthie, a secret, top secret, Obianti. Abina Ruthie, gospel artist Abina Ruthie, is also going for the second vice position. And I hear that position is a reserve for women. A man can a bit in a position, the second vice president. Now Abina Ruthie, I'm making intentions clear. All things being equal, tomorrow she will also be picking her form to contest. Now when we come back, Appietus has run away. He's a runaway contestant. But then we are still going to do the analysis here, the strength of these people. Even last week, Empress Nita started an argument that on the moment of Phyllis, administration, no one should contest. Because if you are talking about the successes and the failures of Obuo, they are part of it. So if Obuo failed, according to some people, then they should all be cleared. If Obuo succeeded, according to some people, then we can maintain a huge number of the people in the administration of Obuo. When we come back, we will open this discussion so you can be part of it. But then at this time, Musiga activities here, they appear free man and fat. And then yes, why did Appietus run away from contesting for the Musiga presidency?
Okay. Musiga is a very old institution. And I joined Musiga some years back, and I realized a lot of things during Obuo's reign when he made me one of his ministers. So I came up with brilliant ideas, of which I did some. But every time you bring it up, oh Appia, oh Appia, oh Appia, and Obuo is like me. I was voted for by some people, and what I promised them is what I'm here to do. So if you check Musiga, you realize that the very efficient things that are there for everybody to see that Obuo was able to do is all has to do with aging. I realized that when I was with him the first 4 years. I was like, Obuo Charlie, but in Ghana we have old people and we have young people, and they are all into the same trade, and you are supposedly the boss. But if you keep always putting your energies to help the aged, then let's call Musiga Old Musicians Association, so that we know there is no Musicians Association. If are you getting me? Even workers who are working today who are young, like 20 something, have pension schemes that they will take when they are like 60 or 70. But by that time the money is big. You can do certain things like this for the young, so that we talk to Gambro. If Gambro is doing that thing now, they are doing pensions for us. Oh, honey, I said no text. This has been deducted from your money. So it's kind of doing someone for your pension. So by the time maybe some young musician will be, let's say, 60 years, he has some billions lying somewhere free for him to go and take. Are you getting me? Because there's a pension house doing it themselves. Apart from that, let's help these musicians. I brought a lot of ideas, but because he knows that the voting system will favor him, because if he does their bidding, he is going to go for the next 4 years. But if you listen to me, he might lose, because the greater numbers are the aged musicians.
Okay, so he didn't listen to you.
Yes.
Now it is clear that you have these ideas. Why are you also not going for it? So that you can implement the ideas you are talking about.
Good question. So now this is what it is. I went for it. Pam. Now you tell me that the mission was 18.
That's your first attempt.
Yeah, first attempt.
Which is normal. When you fall first.
It doesn't matter. Now, any politician that does not know his left and right, you're a loser. If you don't know what you're about, then you don't know what you're about. When I went there, I realized, hey, it's hard, they're a lie.
A lie, say.
A lie, say. There's a lot of aged musicians that are part of this thing, very, very old, that you don't know of, traditional ensembles and blah blah, all over the country that are part of this, and they are in the 500s. You know, they are in the hundreds. So I decided, okay, let me start a project where, you know, I'll try and bring more youth on it. Then I started my project to do the first 100, and try and do the second 100, try and rake in people to come, and you know, so that they also decide who becomes our leader, because it's become one-sided. The youth are not so many, and a lot of them are not too interested. Obu ono ko J membership no, and or DJ people no DJ in the Vesana part or what I say, they do it for some purpose, not that they want to be part of it. The agent feels that, hey, Charlie, if you are joining, you won't number be seeing, you be say, go when you do 60, we do, or Coca 70. So, man, joining the BB back, one show mama, Sana. So they have more interest there. But the youth in America music, I don't know where mommy. That's what they say. Because really, there were no programs rolled out to really help the way they, because they just gave 10,000 to the aged musician. I think you know that story. Yeah. Imagine, can Obo also do something that the youth also benefit? If it's 500 Ghana, you give aged musicians over 10 of them 10,000. If you have done another program, that will also let the youth also come, and then they too will get this 10,000. It's not for you, but at least you know that a cool way they came together, did some program and event, and some process came, and they call all the A-list artists and the artists who are making it, and add them one you galaxy, and they get everybody 10,000. At least you can use that money to buy fuel, everything like we've done for the aged, do it for the young. But because you are doing the bidding of the people who voted for you, that he said, I'm here to do, I promised them something, I have to deliver. So if I went there and I gave the same speech, did the same thing, I'll push the agent. I'm sure I'll be becoming the president. But when I become the president, I cannot do anything for the youth, and I'll get the same name Obo is getting today. So I decided to sit back, try and create interest for Musiga, so that the youth will also join and also decide. Say, okay, Charlie, said I didn't call the SUN joining now. Said you do vote here. Now that everybody can vote, because then the numbers will be great. So if you have 500 old people, you have 500 young people, so that the voting is fair. So floating voters will count at that moment. People who are level-headed will say, now, Charlie, what Appietus is saying is true, or what maybe Bessa is saying true, or what Richie is saying true, or what, you know what I'm saying? So that it's, otherwise it will be the same story, and people will complain, nothing will happen, because some people are voting.
So does it mean it is this year that you decided not to contest again? And
yeah,
this
the next
election?
I've not decided yet, but till I know that the data is balanced, I don't think there's a need for me to go.
Okay, good.
Unless I decide that I want to do the bidding. You understand? Because it's not balanced. Because I feel like Obo has done this. It's there. Anybody who can continue that aging musician welfare fund thing, and the agent blah 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 blah. They say they've done something that Kwame Yuji and Kiddy were part of. I'm even surprised Musiga did something like that. Because I thought Kwame Yuji and Kiddy were on linked entertainment. But politics,
okay,
Richie,
so we now understand why you decided not to contest again. Yes. Some names have come up. Looking at your experience, being around for some time, do you think these are the right people for us? Bessa Simons is going for the president, and it looks like he is going to win. We also hear Ras Kalebafia is also going for the presidency. I'm not too sure about Ras's chances.
Hello.
Maybe tomorrow we get Ras in the studio. I'm not too sure.
I know what I'm saying. But this is what it is. It's already been decided like 2 years ago.
What has been decided?
I'm telling you. Me say upon Jenny Finsuasiba.
No, what has been decided? Like
Bessa is going to be the president, Richie is going to be the vice president.
That one has been decided.
Oh, it's here. I don't dare forget it. Says system, yes, constitution, no maybe the voting party. Like voting party, you need to join so that they can also have a say. The people will sit back door and decide that Spider and this guy are going. The other can be a catcher and never basso. That's what I'm saying. They can market anywhere. That's what will happen. So if it doesn't happen, it's because they are afraid I'm saying this. I've exposed them. But that's what will happen. I mean, I can't let's not even muscle. The people who love what I'm doing, my ideologies will vote for me, but they are not enough to make me the winner. That's what I'm saying.
But in a recent interview, I heard you admitted that the war has done well as a
they asked me a simple question. They said, "Say, what's the currently what the things of what music?" And I said, "Oh, it's currently bad." And yet, what I say, I can see a shame music can no mama ya, and the effect on the musicians and the people in the union now, it's sad. It's not good. Then they asked me if I compare what with his predecessors, not doing it, why 10 times more than them. What the predecessors need them, minimum do year, kind of maybe grow year.
That was what you said.
Yes, and I'm on fire, no, dear heading.
And also,
and then actually, enemy bloggers, nothing they do that just to attract people to read. But Ghanaians, some of them don't read.
So you think Rascal appeared here? What if yesterday I was having a discussion with someone, a person told me that, oh, Sammy, Ras Kalebapia is going to be used as a decoy.
It's not being used though. You see what happened to me and Asenge? We were so sure. Have you forgotten the vim and the power and the energy?
Ras is part of Obo's administration.
I'm saying, but
and wait. Ras is part of Obo's administration, same as Bessa Simons, and they have placed Bessa Simons as the chosen one. Still, someone should come and threaten maybe any other third person who would want to come and contest the position. So more or less, when you come, the rest of the people, then you split it with Ras Kalebapia. So Bessa goes untouched.
That's not what it is. Ras feels he's going to win.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, Ras is going to be now. Come and discuss it. Bra, Ninya Brio.
No, we're going to have him in the studio.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, you asked me a question that how do I see these people?
Is Bessa the right candidate for you?
I said I don't even know.
Even before his manifesto, do you think you know his demeanor, you know his personality?
Bessa should come here and tell me that as a boss, me kind of work on director of talents and discoveries. Everybody in Ghana knows the project I started, right? As director of discoveries by trying to record 100 people with no funding. Are you getting me? I want to know what Bessa has done as the vice president. The vice president is going to push the agenda of the president. Isn't that what it is? If I put out this one district, one factory, but I'm here for supporter. No, so. But I'm here cannot bring his own ideology. So he's pushing. Did they succeed? You understand? Have they done well to themselves? How are they marking themselves? So now you are going to become the president. That's why Nita said, "Yen new mukrana, yen for new badge, because who can we be?"
All right, Appietus, you heard it from the man, Appietus Creative Studio, and it is obvious that he is not ready until he knows that the road is clear. Fear delegates, good morning to you, Asenke. Asenke, good morning to you. Hope you're good, Chief. Come through for me. I still want us to look at the names so far. Bessa Simons, Richie Main, some of Links Entertainment, as well as Ras Kalebapia. I'm sure tomorrow we can get Ras Kaleb in the studio. Mr. Massive, please work on that for me. If you can get Ras for me, let's get Ras Kalebapia in the studio tomorrow. Chief, the name so far, are you satisfied? Are you cool? Are you comfortable?
Well, I'll not respond to any of the questions as regards whether I'm cool, comfortable, or satisfied. I'll leave that hanging and proceed to my thoughts on each of the aspirants. Bessa Simon appear to put a salient question that he's been the vice, and so by natural justice, the success or otherwise of the success of or otherwise or the failure of the Obo regime or administration is largely reflective on him. And so what the delegates should ask themselves or look at is, what has Obo done? What has he changed? What has been the success stories? How have our lives as musicians improved? If you can record a scale of 70 or 80% success to Obo, then it may be so with Bessa. But if not, Bessa Simon may seem even though perhaps as an individual, also because sometimes if you are not in the driving seat, you can only complain. If you are sitting in trotro and the driver is driving anyhow, you can only complain, but can't do much.
You can't control it.
Until you come to sit in the seat, then you can implement your own ideas that you can help. So it may be so in the case of Bessa, but the question also begs that if you look at the complete historicity of the Musiga establishment, there is what I call, in quotes, the establishments, which seem to make the leadership of the union like a chessboard, or there's this game called game of chess or something.
Yeah, game of chess.
Game of chess. That okay, this one is sitting in waiting. So as soon as this one is out of the seat, there is a natural trajectory of who is coming into the seat. And that largely is fostered by the structure of the Musician Union Constitution.
Yes.
And until that is changed, it will be difficult for an outsider. And if I say an outsider, it means someone who is not part of the...
If the people there, if the aspirants, if we think they can deliver, should that be a problem? So if, for instance, like you're saying, that is the way it is, let's assume that is the way it is.
But they are not
and Bessa is the right person, should we be crying wolf?
So let me answer that question. Agrobeso if you are not.
Thank you.
See, in academia, you can forecast future events based on past happenings. There is a wind blowing currently in Algeria, where Bouteflika has been made to resign by the people, the president who's been there for 30 years. He intended going for the elections again, and people said no. We won't permit. The state demonstration, night after night, day after day, and then he eventually caved in. And then he, as the president, resigned. But the people said, no, you resigning alone is not enough. Because there is what they call the establishment. People, in fact, they know that Bouteflika is actually not the one ruling. Because he's been stroked for almost 5 years. So there are actually those who call the shots. So Bouteflika is just a figurehead. So now they want the people surrounding him to also go. The whole government.
The executives
Fresh.
We want a fresh start. And the essence of that thing, the salient thing in that thing is the fact that now, you see, everybody must come into office with a certain amount of goodwill and social capital. That was what Nanado came into office with. Goodwill and social capital. It may not be tangible, but in people's mind there is a certain hope that even readjust their outlook on life. That, oh, Nana Beba Bibia Beye fine.
Yes.
You need to be able to actually give the people that hope. That, oh, this is not part of the establishment. Because right now, whether you like it or not, people know that there is a certain establishment.
Yes.
That when this one is not there, we know who is coming. When that is not there, we know who is coming. And that system largely is born out of corruption.
For 30 years now, you have been doing that.
That system is largely born out of corruption. And so, when one gets a chance to be the head, they make sure that they will show up their position, by buying people largely. And so if there's anybody outside of the establishment that people believe in, for instance, let me just suppose Mr. Simon and Appietus, and what he has attempted to do, even though he's not the Musiga president, all this while, record 100 musicians who are not resourced from his own resources. Now, this is clearly a depiction of someone who has an idea as regards which way we're going. Now, for me, I think Bessa should also put out a manifesto.
Obviously, he will.
He should put out a manifesto. Let's look at the manifesto and hold everybody else accountable. Richard, I believe, if you want to judge him as a person, his success as a producer, first as a musician and a producer, you cannot downplay.
And now a record label boss.
And now a record label boss, you cannot downplay. It is possible he can replicate his success when he gets to the... But again, history has taught us that largely when they get there, they pursue personal agenda, one that benefits them and their parochial interest, and not the larger interest of the group. So honestly, if you want me to answer the question you asked, and that's why I said I was going to leave the question hanging, and then after my submission, I'll answer that question. I don't have no confidence in any of them.
You don't have no confidence in any of them?
Not in Bessa, not in Links and your Rasta guy. For me, Rascalev, and for me, there must be a complete overhaul of the system, because what is pertaining even in neighboring Senegal and the kind of earnings they are getting from their creative works, there's so much we stand to gain that we do not get, because largely there is an establishment that takes care of its own and not the people who are actually supposed to benefit.
Right.
We must overhaul the system and allow, because these things are too obvious. Like, I mean, it's too obvious. You know, we know that. Oh, Charlie. I mean, from Sidi Kubari Imperial, we know that when Sidi finish, then what's the name? Then I hope Sing go go. When they're not finished, we know that Obo will come. When Obo finish, we know that Bessa will come. When Bessa know, we know this one they come. You know, so the whole thing can make like Charlie. No, man.
Alright. His name is Chief Charles. But I also have one question. Why is it that someone is also not being bold enough to come and change the story? If we all think that, Appietus, take your time. If we all think that, oh, after a war, it is so obvious that this gentleman has been planted, he is going to be the next president. Why is someone not challenging the story? After all, we can use what has transpired over the years in our music industry as a case study, where musicians were scared to take some decisions, musicians were scared to promoters, awards organizers, or whatever. And one day, a young chap by name Charles Niyama Mensah said that, okay, henceforth, if you are going to hire my services for any concert, you're going to play this X amount of money. At the point, artists were even scared to mention money, because they know that, hey, Charlie, one koba, they will sabotage you, one koba said they will sabotage you, but he said, no, never. Until you give me this back, I'm not performing. Now everyone is learning, or every musician has picked a word or two from Shatawale's activities. So the people in the music industry, those who think they have what it takes, why can't one person just get up and say, me, I'm going to change the status quo. I'm also going this way. I'm going to face them head on. And one day the story might be different. But we enjoy the talk. We enjoy the vibe. Appietus said he has all the ideas. Appia go and contest, he run away. This very thing, oh, I can do it. Come and contest, he run away. Now when you run away, they think the people are not doing it right.
Let me answer you.
You do yourself a disservice.
You open your mic.
You do yourself a
When
disservice.
you think you have all the ideas and you don't do it, you and the devil, what be the difference?
So let me
go ahead and do it.
Good
morning to you, Donzi. Let me go to Spider. Let me go to Spider. Munda Makasa. Mesuma Kamedia. Menu Mike. Makasa, you drew me so.
Who can Pundits? Why you go talk there?
You see, he wants to create an establishment.
Okay. Spider, I saw him Bessa Simon's fan. What's your bar? Tamanu Tampa. Now, only Ras Appia Caleb. Okay, so him Richie Mason. Okay, Edia Babontini for Musiga presidency. Audrey was saying, yeah, my mom 3 minutes maximum.
The feel is Bessa stand there. Bimuse also stand there.
Okay.
Because what I'm saying that is that Bessa relates with the youth. What are the
Appietus so good, I think that Bessa.
No, Appietus well. Maybe who say, oh, you all know Johnny.
Yes, you know, I did the big crazy small thing.
I want to share on Johnny. But well, Obo was a musician before he became the Musiga president, and I first said Obo knows the kind of challenges in the, like for the musicians. It's you being a musician, I be president. I was saying to me who said when Emma art and I said when a musician so I'm lucky. But who poet say be a sikano hunti. What I say sikano hunti who do need champion for now. I think say hard say unifio. Me say so who unifio no more.
Yeah, you want to
you can't say
oh, but the second time
and I'm budget. No, that's account. Bessa and count.
Obebo keyboard mountain na open.
No, and I make say, share Metiano me wine, me no bia. What I say? I say Bessa, bia just a call. Let me say, oh daddy.
And nunti na ye man.
No, and nunti he relates with the youth.
Because he can play for him.
No, not because.
Yeah, now that is how I'm understanding it.
No. Me say, I me can't say I'm more relaxing. Me say, relate with the youth. What I say? If Bessa doesn't relate with me, I mean to him friend.
I know the ampa. Bessa related to the youth.
Or related to
anytime I be friendly be Johnson. And no any personality. But Musiga administration no. Any near me wo ho no, and near me so achieve no na Appietus ka say udru wa. I number detective pace na ma on be determine pace also come.
Appia send there me. No me fa. And Richie. Richie is for him to be the first vice president. I support it. Yeah, I like Richie. I support it. You should just be on a trend. Now on Kodia or
okay, thank you so much. Afi, Chief Charles, Afi na mema 1 minute. Thank you, Spider. From Spider Creatives and again manager of the group Galaxy, as well as Liberty Industries, manufacturers of Po Keke. Hey, Matisa Po Keke ko yes a better title or rough. Yeah, according to me pure the best you. Yeah, and I mean
Appietus and sir, the weight it will carry will not be because I know he's been there. But here's what I think in response to your question that someone should take the establishment on. As a way, as a democracy, So they have an outlook of say, oh, we are truly practicing democracy where everybody has the right to vote. But it is not actually what it is. So until say you actually say any Appietus or no coincide no. For me, I think Appietus should sacrifice himself as a sacrificial lamb and let musicians understand actually how the voting process and the system is. Now, when he opens people's eyes to how the system is, a revolution can start, like he said, like the conversation we had before you came on air. When people understand the process, then perhaps because I see there has to be some kind of a constitutional amendment.
Yes.
So when people understand why there has to be a constitutional amendment and we call for it, the establishment will cave. But as it stands, Oko Kasa, Oba Kasakwa, Ustandia, you will lose. You spend money and lose.
Yes.
But at least there has been some 1 or 2 amendments in the constitution. Now the voting is open.
But it is not enough. It is not enough
to
change what transpires.
If you're giving the voting power to as many people as possible, what again do we want? Why are you not taking advantage of the many people having the power? Why are you not going forward to them to convince them that, guys, this is what is happening? Let's change the story.
It is not about just talk.
Thank you, Chief Charles. God bless you. He is a voice coach, one of your favorite MCs for your event. This Easter, if you have any gathering and you want Chief Charles to do that, just contact me. Chief Charles will be handling that for you. Appietus is the boss of Creative Studios. He is also giving us artists. Yesterday, Capone called me that, boss, I'm in town. You have to listen to my song on the Appietus project. We are going to listen to it. And thank you so much, Spider from Spider Creatives. I also want to say good morning to you, Dr. Crime. Dr. Crime, interesting topics today. Well, I'm tuned in and doing the listening media. By the year 2017, Kwesi Crime, I go chop president, whether for Ghana or for Musiga. I go chop for the people. So fingers crossed, make them just wait for me.
And they go chop them
Crime, I see you. Hey, Zali Hali, good morning to you, madam. The Nubian goddess, I see you as well. But then on Saturday, that is Easter Saturday, 20th April.